Filthy maggots are us. Today I'm going to help you decide how many days a week you should train in the gym, the benefits of training for a different number of days, and then how to structure your individual sessions within those days. So after this, you're going to be able to go to the gym with a plan and actually make some serious progress. You're not going to be turning up and be like, oh, what shall I do? I'll go on the elliptical again and do some bench press. No, you need a plan, and this is going to help you get there. First of all, look at this filth. Doing a bloody gat reveal right now. Look at this. Shingles, mate. Shingle bells, shingles all the way up my arm. I thought I'd pulled a muscle or pinched a nerve or something. For about a week, my arm was tingling, my back was tingling. And then I was like, I should probably book an appointment with a doctor. And that day, I came out in a rash. So I was able to get on it pretty quick. So, time to rest and recover. Maybe a sign that I need to slow down a little bit. Let's get into it. Bring out the whiteboard of gains. Before we get started, here are some principles that we want to abide by. We want to hit each body part twice a week ideally. And every week, especially for muscles that we are trying to grow, we want to be doing 8 to 16 working sets within a week per muscle group. We're going to try and do between 6 to 12 reps to gain muscle. There's a very good reason for sticking between 6 to 12 reps. You can build muscle if you do less than 5, but I think optimal is going to be 6 to 12. You could do more than 12, but it's a lot of time wasted doing reps that you don't need to. You want to be failing very, very close to this rep range. We want to be in around 3 reps in reserve or 3 reps away from failure on exercises that are compound movements that are heavy. For example, deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, back squats, anything that's really heavy where you're risking injuring yourself. You don't want to go all the way to failure. But on things that are more isolation or that are machine based, maybe a machine chest press, maybe a dumbbell bench press wouldn't be too bad for this, or leg extension, hamstring curl, you want to go 1 to 0 reps in reserve. So basically you're going all the way up to failure because there's not as much risk associated with this as opposed to the compound exercises. So bear that in mind as we're going to go through. Now, you don't have to do that every single day. If you're walking into the gym and you feel like absolute crap, just getting in there is a huge win, okay? Don't have to do it every single time. But in order to see really, really good progress, most of the time you're going to want to do this. So here's the thing. The more you can train, the more time you have to spread this volume across more days. The less you train, the less amount of time you have to spread that volume across. So if you're trying to do 16 sets for a muscle within a week, but you're only training twice a week, well, you've only got those 2 sessions to do it. And those 2 sessions might end up being really, really long, especially if you're trying to grow multiple body parts at one time. You can train anything from twice a week all the way up to 6 times a week. I suggest 4 is ideal. 3 or 4. If you train twice a week, you should ideally do a full body session for those 2 sessions. You're going to have to train legs, you're going to have to train upper body. So now you can see that these sessions might end up being very, very long if you're trying to get 8 to 16 sets per muscle group within them. If you train 3 times a week, you've got the option of doing full body session 3 times a week, but that can be kind of difficult to navigate training sore muscles and stuff. So my favorite for this is a lower body, upper body day, and then a full body day, with ideally at least 2 days rest between the upper body and the full body. So you're not training sore muscles. 4 times a week is my personal favorite. You train lower body, you train upper body, and you do that twice within a week. Now the lower body, the first and the second lower body sessions could be different. You could be focusing on deadlifts on one day, you could be focusing on squats on another day. 5 days a week, lower body, upper body push, upper body pull, lower body, upper body. This is a fantastic split, but 5 days a week in the gym is quite a lot, especially if you're busy working with you're a parent. It can take a lot of time up in the gym. 6 days a week, mostly for people that are probably in their 20s, early 30s that have got no kids, okay, no life. All they want to do is train, which is fine, okay. Lower body, upper body push, upper body pull, repeat that twice in a week, take 1 rest day. Now you can see, obviously, if you're doing a lower body, upper body push, upper body pull twice a week, you're going to be able to fit in a lot of training volume, a lot of working sets here. If you're only doing 2 days a week, it's going to be really difficult for you to accumulate a lot of working sets for all different muscle groups. You just don't have that much time in the gym, but that's okay. Something is better than nothing. Here's another principle. We want to do ideally around 2 exercises per muscle group per session. It's fine sometimes if you do a little less, if you're not really trying to grow that specific muscle, and it's fine if you do a little more, if you're really trying to push the growth of that specific muscle. Let's get into designing a workout. We're going to go with 3 days a week because then I can give you an example of an upper body day, a lower body day, and a full body day. I'm just editing the video, and what I thought would be really cool is to put this onto a document so you can download this and do this exact training program at the gym. I've done both a 3-day-a-week and 4-day-a-week variation that you can download in the description for free. So no excuse, go get it and go to the gym and bloody use it, mate. It's a great program. We want to ideally get the heavy compound lifts out of the way first. So we are going to start with those. So let's plan those in. So we're going to go lower body. Let's make this lower body a squat day, squat focus day. And then the full body, we can make a deadlift for the legs, but we'll go RDLs. Better for the hamstrings, in my opinion. Let's go barbell bench. Okay, so now how can we flesh this out? So we're going to do squats. Oh! Owie. What's the matter? Get a load of this one, gang. You okay? Come. Okay, right, so my daughter's here. Okay, she doesn't want to be in the video. That's fine. So here's what we're going to do on the lower body day. On the first lower body day. We're going to squat 3 sets, dumbbell Romanian deadlift for 3 sets, lunges for 3 sets, hamstring curls for 4 sets, and calf raise for 4 sets. I would say on these calf raise hamstring curls, you can take a little bit less rest, and therefore you can squeeze out an extra set, which is really, really good. Now, that means we've got quads, hamstrings, calves. You want to get in the shot? Okay, good. So what we haven't planned for there is glutes and adductors.
What does that mean?
Here's glutes.
Eerie.
Eerie. But here's the thing. Glutes are going to get trained with the squats and the RDLs and the lunges. So glutes are covered. Adductors are going to get trained with the squats and potentially a little bit with the lunges. You could add in some accessory stuff like hip thrusts or the good girl, bad girl machines, but where you're being the good girl, the adductor. Smiley face. This is what I get for saving my YouTube video to be recorded on a Saturday morning. Now, we want to do the same thing for the upper body. We want to train each body part twice. So we're going to go chest, back, arms. Okay, so here's what we'll do for the upper body day. Barbell bench, we got chest. Then we're going to go to a vertical pull, and we've got pull-ups. Then we've got chest press machine. So it means that you can just crank it out. Seated row. Any kind of seated row, chest supported or seated low row would be fine. 3 sets of each of those, and then into a tricep of dumbbell bicep curl, cable tricep extension, dumbbell lateral raise. So we're going to get the arms and the shoulders. We'll do those for 4 sets to get a little bit extra more volume. Let's do the full body day. Now the full body day, if you're doing 3 days a week, can be a little bit longer than the other days in terms of how long you're spending in the gym, because you're having to cover the entire body. Can you write it there for me? Okay, right.
I know you do.
Yeah, we've got the full body day now. Okay, now you can see that there's so many more things to get through, but we're going to utilize both machines and supersets to get through this in a time efficient way. Otherwise, you're going to be spending bloody ages in the gym. Otherwise, you could save this day to potentially do at the weekend if that's a day that you could have a little bit longer time there. We're going to do Romanian deadlifts, leg extensions, hamstring curls. That's most of the legs sorted. Dumbbell bench press. This is a tricep, so 3 exercises in a row, back to back. Dumbbell bench press, single arm dumbbell row, calf raise. So you'll repeat that through 3 times. Well done. Shoulder press machine, superset with bicep curl, and then pec fly, superset with dumbbell tricep extension. One thing that I had to do is I had to change the seated row here to 4 sets instead of 3, so that we could only have to do 3 sets on this day. So if we were to work out how many working sets we've got, so for back we've got pull-ups, we've got 3, seated row we've got 4, so that's 7, and then we've got single arm dumbbell row for 3, so we've got 10 working sets for our back. Okay, it fits in there, but it's on the slightly lower end. Let's pick our chest. Barbell bench press, chest press, 3 sets of each, that's 6. And then we've got dumbbell bench press, pec fly. So that's 9. So we've got 13 working sets for chest. Great. Now you want to follow similar principles, even if you were going to do 4 days a week or 5 days a week. If you have a day where it's just dedicated to upper body push or pull. Thank you. You've got more time to accumulate volume for individual muscle groups. Like you could do, if you're doing an upper body pull, you could do 2 vertical pull, 2 horizontal pull, and then you've got a lot of bases covered there.
Daddy, can you get me that word?
Yeah. With all of that said though, I think it's very, very important not to stress too much about having the perfect plan, because it's never going to be perfect. There's going to be times when you miss the gym or where you turn up not feeling great. And just like I'm recording this video now in not an ideal situation, just turning up and doing your best is going to be way better than not showing up. So don't fall down the trap of paralysis by analysis. Show up to the gym and just try and make each session a little bit better each time. If you start programming, if you're going to try and program your own workouts, try and stick to something like this. Otherwise, if you want to follow something that I've written already, go and download the Dad Bod 2.0 Fat Loss Guide, which is free in the description, and it's got some training plans included in that for you that follow a very similar structure, if not the same as this.
Are you done?
Pretty much. Or if you want me to take a lot of the guesswork out of things for you, I do have coaching spaces available. I am willing to help, and it is much nicer having a coach help guide you through, whether it's fat loss, muscle gain. With these different phases of training, it's very difficult to do on your own. Let me know if you need help with your training. I am more than willing to help. The star of the show wants to say something.
Like it's a say. The end.